building called Burj Khalifa, and it's like over 800 meters tall. I've had this
in Dubai?
In Dubai,
Yo,
exactly.
Dubai.
So we went up to the top of that, and there's some railings around the top, and I've had this camera hanging off the edge of it.
Oh, you did not.
Like this, and had a slow shutter on it, just hanging down there.
I could never. What is going on, you guys? My name is Daniel, and I'm here with Jimmy Doyle.
How you doing, guys?
If you want to describe yourself.
Describe myself. I'm 1.72 meters tall. I'm Aquarius.
And when it comes to the camera?
When it comes to camera, yeah. So I'm a photographer, and I do video as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And on this channel, we go over everything mirrorless Canon cameras. Today, we're going over everything from most important and the first things that you should buy accessory-wise for the EOS R, and then moving up.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get this kicked off.
So let's jump into the camera. This is my camera, so you can see it doesn't look quite standard. So I've added onto this a battery grip and a little strap. So this gives me a little bit more security, especially if I'm using some big lenses. I like to shoot a lot with the 70-200, and that's a beast. It's quite a big, long and heavy lens, and this just gives me that extra security.
Yeah.
And I can also shoot this way as well and have a lot more. Try it out.
Yeah.
You haven't tried a battery grip, so
Yeah. So the center of gravity goes from being like kind of forward to pulling it back, so it makes it way more stable. And there's so much more to hold on to right there.
Yeah.
Like even if my hands were twice the size that they are, there would still be room there for my fingers.
yeah, and you can also shoot.
Yeah. And they have the button there. I don't know if you can see it. The button there, and then you have the exact same setup on the back.
Yeah, and I have to show this. This is what I'm really impressed with. Is that you have to take the door off on the back, but it's stored in here.
Ah, isn't
Yeah.
that nifty?
And you can just slide it out and pop it back in place.
That's super
That
convenient.
is, yeah, it's so you never lose it, so you're not
Yeah.
looking through boxes. When you...
And what else does the battery grip do for you?
So I got 2 batteries inside in here. So I get twice the power. I don't have to think about changing batteries during a shoot if I'm out all day. And also, this is the kit comes with an external plug, so you don't have to take the batteries out to charge it up. The batteries can be in here. Put it all back together, plug it into the wall, and it charges up both batteries in the camera, and you're ready to go.
Yeah. So speaking of batteries, that's probably the first thing you should buy after your EOS R is a second battery. Do you have any experience with any batteries other than Canon?
Yeah, as you've seen in here, I have tried out. I have the original one that comes with it, and I've also tried out these Honda ones, and it works just fine.
Okay.
I haven't had any issues running into it. People they do recommend that you do buy the original one. Yeah, I probably would, but I just have one of these. It was a little bit cheaper. It was maybe 10 or 20 euros cheaper, and I just happened to get it, and I've had no issues with it. It works just as fine.
With the EOS R there, it has a new mount that has come out. So it mounts the RF glass. So if you are already invested into the RF glass there, and if you want to mount, which is going to be our third item, a original EF mounted lens like this nifty 50, you're going to need to also, and they come with them a lot, is purchase this little adapter right here. And some of them have a ring and some of them have ND filters, but for the most part, just the regular ring will do.
Yeah. And it's really simple. It's just like putting on a regular lens. Just line it up and click it in place. So then you can mount. We have the little nifty 50 here. Click it in place.
Just like that.
Yep.
And that gives you access to an entire lineup of second-hand glass that you would otherwise not be able to mount onto your EOS R.
And it worked really well today because the two of us were shooting with our EOS Rs and we were swapping between different lenses. And it was really simple. We just could hand lenses over to each other and not fumble trying to remount stuff.
So I have the Nifty 50 here. This is a really good starter lens that you can pick up for.
These are less than €100, and
Yeah.
even second hand.
Yeah, I picked this up for 40.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a really, really killer deal for that.
Yeah, you get that really, really blown out background at 1.8. Is there any other lens that you'd recommend somebody go with right off the bat, like a cheap secondhand lens? They don't have much money. What should they go with?
Well, then you're going into some zoom lenses. So I would recommend you can get some like 17 to 35s, I think 17 to 55, and they're very good basic starting lens. Really good, but it depends on what you want to shoot. That if you're into photographing just people, this will work really well, or then there's an 85mm version. If you're more into doing street photography or you want to shoot nature and landscape, then maybe something like a 35mm. So I have, that's a 35mm on here, and that's a really nice option. This is the new glass to go with the EOS R, so it is a little bit more expensive, but this one is the most affordable one.
Yeah.
And, this came in, I think the retail price in euros is a bit under €600, but I picked this up on sale for €450. So there is deals out there to be had. What I like about this one, it's got image stabilization on it. So when you're filming and photographing people, it just takes a little bit of the shake out of it, and it's something that's very, very noticeable and very, very recommended.
Especially for a longer shutter speed.
Yeah.
Or short, longer.
Yeah. So like, you could probably get away with almost up to a second just holding it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So going into, for new photographers, there's pretty much two routes you can start with. It's the doing more video, you're going to be video heavy, or you're going to be doing photos, and the EOS R will do both. But we're going to go down the track for photos first, and one of the first things after all that beginner kit stuff you should be picking up.
Yeah, I recommend we go with a flash. We have here from Canon, we have the 430 EX2. It's a really nice little flash, and it will do a really, really great job for bouncing light around, for setting up the scene. It's a must.
Yeah,
I think it really, really improves your photos.
Yeah, and this can be picked up for about 200.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be new. You don't have to buy new stuff. Even secondhand, I've seen these for sale for 100, 120 euros.
This is the only pure part of my kit that I have not purchased secondhand because I needed a flash the next day for an event. The only reason I purchased it, and it was secondhand at the store, but this thing runs off batteries right there. I actually have a full video on how to do low light photography with the EOS R, including this featured.
Yeah.
So link there.
So this brings a lot of mood into it. If you're also doing product photography as well, you can set it up. You can add accessories here. So you have this little diffuser on top here. Also inside, you have another one inside, and
when I do product photography, usually you want to have one or two lights, but this thing in a small room lights it up perfect, and it gets that wonderful soft light that you want for it.
Let's go into, I guess, a little bit of video then.
Yeah, well, let's go into the cleaning kit first.
The cleaning kit, yeah.
Because that's quite important for video and photography.
Yeah. So you've spent a lot of money on your kit, and you got to keep it clean. You got to keep your lenses clean, because you don't want dust and just mud and just crud all over your lenses, because it will affect the quality of the picture. So we got a little blower here, and we're just blowing off, just blowing off the dust, and that will do most of it. You see, we had a little bit of dust on it earlier, but now it's
totally clean.
Now it's totally clean. Then I have some cleaning stuff. It's basically like an alcohol, and just lightly spray it on. We don't have to get crazy. We have a little cloth. This cloth is for cleaning your glasses, and there's many different ways to do it. You can just lightly mist it over it, or just spray it onto the cloth, and just a light little wipe. You don't want to go heavy, and you don't want to start dragging dirt or sand, because it will cause scratches to your lens. So that's why blowing it first, trying to blow it all off, and then
if something absolutely needs to get off there, like a fingerprint or something like that, you can't blow off a fingerprint, but you can with this.
You can.
Over time, you will degrade the image quality of your lens over several years, always wiping. So the more you blow, the better off your gear will be.
And I tend to try and stay out of here as much as I can. I don't want to get in. I can blow out a little bit. The idea is we're trying to blow the dust out of it, so we don't want to blow the dust into the lens. So we're trying to just blow it out. We do have our sensor inside in here,
That's another great feature with the EOS R, is one of the only mirrorless cameras that actually has a shutter that covers the lens when it's not being used and every time you pull off the glass.
Yeah. But if your sensor is exposed, then don't start using this. Don't start blowing and sticking fingers and cloths in there.
Yeah.
You know, that's something a professional should clean it up, because you can do a lot of damage and destroy your sensor.
And I wouldn't anticipate it being very cheap to replace that sensor, especially with how new the EOS R is.
Exactly. Let's go from that.
Yeah, and so I don't have a tripod because we're using it right here, but for stills and for video, having a good tripod that you can carry around, or even a grill mount like this. So regular standard tripod will do good for video and photos. And then this one.
On this one here, this grill pod, this is the 5K, so it's designed to take about 5 kilos of weight. Realistically, would I put 5 kilos onto this? I would be a little bit skeptical putting 5 kilos onto it. But saying that, I have had this on top with my big heavy. I just get it. 70 to 200. Feel the weight of that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's like a very light brick.
Yeah.
So a brick.
And when you add all this, it's a lot of weight.
That's gonna put the weights. That's gonna be like a lever on that camera.
Exactly. But with this, I can mount it to here.
Oh yeah.
As well. But still, I would be very cautious of where I put it. I would put it in a place where I can watch it, just in case. If you start to put a weight on it, it can slide, and cameras have fallen off tables.
Oof.
Yeah. So let's actually do a quick setup on it.
Okay.
Just
the 35?
Yeah, we just pop off the top cap. This also works with different tripods as well. It's very simple. Screw it in underneath. Don't go super tight on it.
You'll strip everything out in there. And then that's not a fun trip to get repaired either.
Yeah. And then I can mount it. I've had this, there's a big huge building called Burj Khalifa, and it's like over 800 meters tall. I've had this
in Dubai?
In Dubai, exactly.
Dubai.
So we went up to the top of that, and there's some railings around the top, and I've had this camera hanging off the edge of it.
Oh, you did not.
Like this. And had a slow shutter on it. Just hanging down there.
I could never. I could never with that.
Yeah. But it did it.
That blows my mind right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I trusted for that, but then I didn't have a big, huge, heavy lens. I made the kit as light as possible, taking off the extra battery grip.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Because if something falls out, you will never find it. You won't even find the remains of it. It's just gone.
No. It's like there's nothing left.
The building is so tall.
Yeah. So today we even had we're filming today. We had it wrapped around the chair.
Yeah.
On railings, just many different places.
Even using it kind of as a stabilizing.
Exactly.
Gimbal.
Exactly. Let's mount it up.
Yeah.
I'll put the camera and I'll show you how I use this as a gimbal. So I tilt the arms up like this. Okay, so I make like that, and I can hold it like so, and at the side I can hold it against my chest to give it extra stabilization and just
A perfect panning machine.
yeah. It's pretty good. You can try it out.
Incredibly versatile. Oh, that feels so solid.
Yeah.
And
So
then
it
you
takes
can
away
just
the
move your waist. You don't have to
Exactly.
worry about anything. You can just hold everything in tight. 'Cause that's where you naturally hold.
Yeah. In the beginning, I'm not saying I was skeptical of buying something like this.
Well, I mean,
It
looks
seemed like a
janky
little
and weird.
bit. It did. It seemed like a little bit of a gimmick.
Yeah.
And then when you see other people using it and they recommend it, I go, okay, I'll try it out. And I try it out, and it's something that it's always in my kit bag.
Yeah.
It's something I always carry, no matter what I'm doing. If it's a photo shoot, if it's film, it's always with me.
Yeah, I think my next 80 euros.
Yeah.
80 years is going
Something
towards
about it. It's well worth it. It's one of the most used things in my kit bag.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then even for vlogging, you see, you might have to.
Right there.
You can give yourself a little bit more leverage if you don't have a
That might
lens
not be
with
in
a lens with a wide angle.
Yeah.
You can.
Gives you the extra 3 inches, 4 inches. You want to go ND filters or mics?
Yeah, let's go ND filter
ND filters it is.
because it's right here in front of me.
This is a variable ND filter for a lens.
It is for a lens, and this is for my 16 to 35. So they come in different sizes. So this is an 82 millimeter, but you also got rings that you can change for your different lenses.
Yep.
So you don't have
And
to.
those are just step up and step down.
Exactly.
Yep.
So you don't have to buy 10 of these for all different lenses, because your lens is measured in here, how wide it is. So with 82mm here, this guy is quite small. I think it's 55 that's on this. So it's different
There's
size.
so many step downs.
Yeah, so you can get like a load of step downs to put on the camera.
Sitting there, just
Yeah.
screwing them all together.
So basically, this just screws on to the lens, and this is what you use when filming. I think the easiest analogy for this is like it's sunglasses for your lens. And what it does is, because we're shooting, say at f2 or f2.8, so quite a high aperture.
Yep. So you're letting in a lot
So you're
of
letting
light.
a lot of light, so you get that nice blurred out background. But because it lets in so much light, sometimes with the sky it becomes overexposed, our skins become overexposed. And what this does, it just corrects all that. And you can, this is an adjustable one, so you can, how much light you want to let in and how much you don't want to let in. And again, these things, this is about 60 euros. There is very, very cheap ones. I would avoid the very, very cheap ones.
Yeah, because you have such good glass here, you don't want
Yeah.
your light to be coming through bad glass than good glass, because it's just going to be
Yeah.
bad glass look.
Exactly. It will affect the sharpness of it. Yeah. And this is something that a couple of my friends have used, and they've recommended this one. I can't remember who this is from. It's K&F, and I picked that up on Amazon for I think 60 euros. Thing. So that's definitely something you do really need to do when you get into film. You have to have something like that. It's
Now,
just
if you're only shooting in like a studio like this or like YouTube, and you only want to do it in front of like your mirror or whatever in your room, you probably won't need an ND filter. But as soon as you step outside your home, you're going to run into that problem.
even on a day like today when we were out shooting, it was very overcast and very cloudy. There was no sunlight at all. It was just complete flat grey sky.
Yep.
And we did use this, and we really needed it.
Oh, we had to, yeah. There's just so much light that still comes through those clouds, even diffused.
Exactly.
All right.
Let's jump into then microphones, since we're on the whole video.
Last but definitely not least, the greatest way to upgrade your video quality.
Exactly. Your camera does have some microphones built into it, but they're not always so great.
Yeah, well, it's one of the best that I've seen with a DSLR. It has very little noise, especially when you're coming from that, but only if you're standing like right here, and you only want audio from right here will your audio quality be good.
Exactly. But if you're doing any movement, if there's any wind, you're going to hear all that sound.
Yep. So you definitely need
a mic. This is a little Rode mic, and again, this is not an expensive tool. I paid about 40 euros for this. This one, you don't need any batteries for it. It's controlled from the camera and is powered from the camera. So we just got a little, plug it into the mic area, in there, and we're ready to go. So we have this, what's called a dead cat, on the outside of it here. So this just protects from the wind. So we're outside shooting today, and there's not much wind, but still it makes a big difference. Any movement, it will drown out that sound. And this is something that also we can use that for indoor shooting. If you're doing a vlog, that you can hook this up and you could put it on a boom or something, get an extending cable, and have the mic just sitting over you here as well.
Yeah.
Very,
very versatile, very cheap,
and very, very small as well.
Yeah.
So you can just pop it in your bag.
The audio quality, if you're shooting, if you don't have good audio quality, the video almost doesn't matter.
Yeah, and it's directional, so it should pick up from in front of it and should drown out the noise behind.
Yeah. And I also have a comparison between this mic right here and the one that I'm using and you're listening to right now, which is the Video Mic Rode Mic Pro. And the difference is, there's a slight difference, but you can check it out up there.
Yeah. I think you get much cleaner sound from that.
Oh, you definitely can. But it's so much larger.
It is.
My Pro that's on here that you're listening to is about 8 times the size of carrying that around.
Because sometimes when you're out, you want to be a little bit discreet, and that just brings a little bit more attention to you.
People won't let you shoot in some places if you have a huge mic on there.
Yeah.
They just no.
Yeah, they're scared. But again, from Rode, this is a little lav mic. So if I'm doing like an interview situation, we can just hook up this little guy. It's really small, and it just clips onto we can clip it onto the clothing, like so. But this one, I have this set up to run on my phone, so I can record the audio on a separate file. I just plug
That's super great.
I plug it into my phone. I use a little app on here. And
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
just
they just hold the phone in their pocket.
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
have it.
And and then I can just match up the sound to the video.
Yeah, this is perfect for when you have somebody that's moving around an environment and the camera is staying static and not going with them, because with this one, it almost has to be mounted on the camera.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And I've done this when if using a GoPro and shooting some downhill biking, so there it's really fast and you have a lot of wind coming towards you, and shooting with this, if you GoPro, if you have it set up on top of a helmet or on the chest here, you're not always going to get great sound out of a GoPro, but using this gives you that great sound. So for me, like riding on a trail, I want to tell the viewers what's happening up ahead, and this gives a nice clean sound for it. What else? We got some small little things. So when on the fly, when traveling, and if you're not carrying a big laptop with you, I've got my iPad with me, so I can take out my little SD card, clip it in, and connect it to my iPad, and I can edit on the go.
yeah.
And it's an essential little thing. I don't always use it, but it's there. If I'm sitting on a train or sitting on a plane, I can just edit.
Or even if you wanted to do real-time photos for a client, like at a gig that was like they were throwing all these images that you're taking right then, you can do a slight edit on the iPad, give it to them, and shoot it out to them to the post.
Exactly. I'm going to show you one little thing that I always carry in my backpack. Zip ties.
Zip ties.
Yeah.
Fix a car with them, just in case.
Whatever you need, this and gaffer tape. There's something that just live in the backpack. And it's not something you would use every day, but there's been situations where sometimes equipment gets broken, or you're in an area that's really tight and you just need something just to hold things in place, and then these little zip ties.
Yeah, and you can chain them together and all sorts of different things.
Exactly. Yeah.
You won't notice them, but you will when you need them.
When you need them, you'll be like, where are they? So they live in my bag. I have 3 or 4 of them just live in my bag. It's the bottom of the bag, and they're there forever. And when I need them...
Yeah. Oh, and of course you need something to carry it in, so investing in a backpack.
Investing in a backpack. Yeah. So...
And then everything outside after you take pictures is a totally different conversation. The laptops you need, the computers to be able to edit it, and all of that is a completely different conversation. But this will get you taking and shooting your video and photos.
Yeah. So I have the low pro here. I do a lot of outdoor stuff in forests, in muddy places, and this backpack has traveled many places and has really taken a beating. I'm not saying I don't take care of it, but I'm not afraid to abuse it.
Yeah.
I can just throw it to the side.
Yeah. Lift this up so you can see it. It has all these nice little compartments to hold your camera, your lenses, and all your other gear.
And it has what I like about this, it's got some quick little features, so I can get into the top really fast. So this is a hard case in here. If I want valuable stuff in the top, I don't want to get broken. It's protected. So sunglasses here. I have some earphones, so when I'm checking the audio when filming, I can connect this straight to the camera. I can hear the sound. Then inside the pack, let's show you one more time. As you said, with all the compartments, so I can carry the drone, extra batteries for the drone, the GoPro, remote control, then all the lenses sit in their homes, camera sits here. I've also quick access to my camera from the side in here, pockets in here.
Mine does not have that. That's really cool. That's super convenient.
So you can just flip it off one shoulder and get in there.
I'm envious.
ND filters, extra rechargeable batteries for flashes, pockets, and then I have a laptop place inside in there that's protected.
Because all this stuff adds up and you need somewhere to put it.
The photography side, you need your camera and you need your lens. Most important things. We have shown that you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get the most expensive lens. A good starting lens is the 50mm, and then you can upgrade from there. When you're getting into video, then you can continue using your lens and your body. Then you add your ND filter and your mic. So for video, the 4 essential things: your camera, your lens, your filter, microphone. Without them, your quality won't be as good. If you want really good quality, they're the 4 essential items that you really need. Later on, then you can get into using gimbals. and then this being the cheap man's gimbal, because gimbals can be quite expensive, but
And fiddly, as we saw today.
as today, yeah.
We spent 3 hours watching somebody.
just try to adjust the gimbal.
Yeah. Alright, so we covered a lot of ground, but I hope this video helps somebody out there. All the links are down below if you want to catch any of this gear. I've been here with Jimmy Doyle, and thank you for watching. My name is Daniel, and on this channel we go over everything mirrorless Canon cameras. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. That's fantastic.
Yeah. But other than that, then, yeah, it's a good place to start. Investing in good lenses, it is expensive. Yeah. And then I'll show you. This is what I use. This is the 2.8. This is the 16-35. These are expensive, but these are years old.
Yeah.
And I've never had any issues or any problems with them. They're workhorse lenses. So if you get the cheaper ones, you will go from plastic mounts. So if we look at we go from plastic to a metal mount on that.
And weather sealed.
And absolutely, we have a little gasket on here, and we lose that on there. So if you're shooting in rain or wet weather, that